Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone. Welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's is another story time. Before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at Lifewithsymone, and follow my business page at Brishari, y'all. So this is the part 2 as promised. Y'all got me to 4K, way more to 4K likes on that video, and I made it to the top 10 on the hype list. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Y'all might be, well, some people told me they out of hypes already, but if you're not, hype this video up. So here go part 2 of the last video. I just want to say, for the people who could not figure it out, you could probably figure it out in this video. The reason why I didn't just actually say it, because it was some people actually really mad. Somebody actually DM'd me and cussed me out because they was mad because they couldn't figure it out. You could have just DM'd me and asked me why was the reason, and I would have just told you. Because honestly, it's like, at the end of the day, this is YouTube, you know, it's for y'all entertainment, but this is like my personal diary. Like, it's like my personal, that's out to the world, you know? So at the end of the day, certain things that I probably don't want to talk about because I still have to deal with it in real life. Like, this situation, I don't have to deal with it in real life, but it's just certain things to be like, I don't need to say it on the internet if I don't want to say it. Like, you know, if I don't want to have it publicly just be on my channel, like, I mean, it's obvious what was going on. I mean, it's gonna be more obvious in this video, but yeah, if you want to know, just ask. Anyway, so yeah, so let's get into it. If you didn't watch the first video, I'm gonna have it linked down in the description box below. But yeah, so after that whole little chaotic thing where he went and he got arrested or whatever, he felt so bad, like, that he let me down. And I'm just thinking like, damn, I felt so bad too, because whole time I was gonna let him down if that didn't happen. If that situation didn't happen to him, I was gonna be the one doing the letdown. So he ended up feeling so bad, so he's like really pressing, like, okay, we gotta do it. We were supposed to do it that weekend, but I actually had stuff to do. So I was like, you know what? And one thing about it, I don't like to put a man before like my family or friends or whatever, and I had promised Damari and Cheryl I was gonna do something with them that weekend. So it's like seeing him, like, well, I still seeing him that weekend, but it's like that could wait. Like, us spending the whole day together could wait, because I had plans with my little sisters. So we was gonna do it that following weekend. He honestly just kept, and when I did see him that weekend, he just like kept talking how he felt bad and all this other stuff. And I'm just trying to tell him, like, it's okay, I do not mind, because whole time y'all know I never planned on letting him come over anyway. So fast forward to the weekend we was gonna do it. He's telling me like, oh, my homeboy was telling me, because he told his homeboy like we was gonna just have a day in, because mind you, the Sunday that we was gonna be laid up or whatever, it was a football game on that day. So his friend was telling him like, oh bro, you should come by, we watch the game, bet on it and stuff like that. I don't know what his friend betted, because I really feel like that man was a bum. It's funny because when I be saying it to Florida, he be like, he wasn't a bum, and he be like, I be like, yes, to me. I mean, I wouldn't call a cat if it was a dog. Anyway, so he was telling him like, yeah, he was gonna spend a day. I guess he told him everything, like our little plans or whatever. So old boy was telling him like, oh, I guess you always spending time with her, but whatever, but here's some places you should take her. Mind you, we was gonna go out to eat, like to a little bar restaurant type thing, and we was gonna go chill in a room for the day, right? Like, just chill, just vibe, spend the night, whatever, just a little like staycation away from home. So why this motherfucker told him he should take me to the Mustang? If you don't know what the Mustang is, it is the equivalent, and it's the same thing. It's the Snooty Fox adjacent. And if you don't know what the Snooty Fox is or the Mustang, look at the fuck up. This got me fucked up. I said, why would he tell you to take me there? I don't know where he take his bitches, but that ain't where you taking me. That's out. So he not even knowing, because he not from out here or whatever. He just laughing. He like, oh, see, I didn't even know that. I was just thinking it's something cool. Like, oh, the Mustang sound real cool or something like that. He telling me like, yeah, they got the mirrors on the ceilings, you know, we could have fun there. And I was just like, no, I don't give a fuck. We could go tape a damn $10 Walmart mirror on the ceiling before I go lay my ass up in that motherfucking bed at the Mustang. So anyway, we laughing, we just going back and forth laughing or whatever. He ended up telling me like, okay, I'm gonna just book something by the airport. He said, I'm telling him like, send me where you gonna go, because I don't need no surprises. Just get somewhere that you common with the name, something that's worldwide, baby. Don't be just you don't gotta do too much. So anyway, he ended up booking something, whatever, right? So like, fast forward to that Sunday, I'm so excited. I'm like packing me a little spend the night bag. I got my computer with me, because I'm like, I know we gonna probably, you know, on Sundays multiple games on, so I'm like, I know at one point we probably gonna be at the bar restaurant. He could watch the game, we could chill or whatever, but like when we get to the room, I know we gonna probably, well, he gonna have the game on, I ain't gonna watch it, he gonna watch it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just bring my stuff with me so I could work too. So fast forward, I'm super excited. He ended up hitting me up like, do you want me to come pick you up. So I'm like, no. No, he could have picked me up. He picked me up from my house a lot of times before, but I just didn't want him to because I just rather be in my own car. And plus, I was shutting off. It was a D&D type of day. So I'm like, before I go link with him, let me get everybody about the way. I went to my grandma's house and Gwen took her and my uncle some food. I just need to get everybody out the way so they could know, do not call me. I am not available to vent nothing. You could vent, do anything tomorrow, not today, right? So I ended up going to my grandma's house and he was just like, oh, okay, well, I could get you from over there. I'm like, no, I don't want to leave my car over here. It's cool. I'm going to still just meet you. So he telling me like, let's just meet at the room first so we could be in one car. Like, you know, it don't make sense for us to just drive to the restaurant there and wherever else. Because if we choose to go somewhere else, we just going to be following each other. And I'm like, okay, you make sense. So we end up going, we checked in or whatever. And y'all, this is how Delulu, not we, let me just say me. This is how Delulu I am, right? So he telling me like, okay, I'm about to go check in, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be on my way. So I get there, y'all. When I got there and I'm like, he told me what room number, I'm not gonna door my stuff or whatever. He come out and he's in a towel. Like, he was like, oh, I just got out the shower. Y'all, this is what pissed me the fuck off. Mind you, when he got here, when we got to the room to check in, it probably was around like 4, 5 o'clock or whatever. So he opened the door in a towel. He's like, I just got out the shower or whatever. My mind, I'm like, why'd you just get out the shower? He was like, because I was sitting in traffic to get out here. He was like, it's Sunday, it's a game in LA. Like, you know, I was sitting in traffic. Mind you, I told y'all he lived like 40-50 with no traffic. With traffic, that shit could turn into like, let me stop, because it ain't even 40-50. But that shit is like an hour away. So with traffic, that shit could really be like 2 hours, 2.5 maybe sometimes. So it did take him a minute to get to this side of town. So he was like, I was sitting in traffic, you know, I just wanted to shower, freshen up, like we finna go out or whatever. So I was just like, y'all, at this point I am like, I'm not understanding. So I'm like, oh, I'm surprised the bed's still made up. He like, why the bed wouldn't be made up? Y'all, I don't understand how this man dealt with me in that stage of my life, because I was not me. Something was wrong. So I'm surprised the bed's still made up. So I'm like, what y'all just did y'all thing standing up? He like, who is y'all? Like, what are you talking about? But he laughing or whatever. He thought that shit was just so funny. And it's crazy because when I was telling him that I'm about to tell these stories or whatever, he was all like, I hope you let them know how crazy your ass is. I'm like, it's crazy, because I'm not like that no more. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just kind of like inspecting the room. He went back to like start getting ready, like finish getting dressed and stuff. I'm just kind of like inspecting the room, like, okay, whatever. Like, let me just make sure wasn't nobody up in here. You probably could have told the girl to make the bed back up. You just never know. I'm just trying to be sure. So he ended up coming out. He was just like, he ready or whatever. I was already dressed, because what would be the point of me coming here to get ready? So I was already ready. So we end up hopping in his car and we go straight to the little bar. Well, it was a restaurant with a TV and a bar, like a lot of restaurants. Anyway, so we end up going there. So we sit in at the bar for a cool minute because it's packed. Like, we didn't make no reservations because we didn't know where we was gonna go. So excuse me, we sitting at the bar right now. It's packed. We just sitting there, we talking and stuff like that. So y'all know one thing about me, I love to role play. So I'm like, ooh, we should role play. So he was like, okay, like, what you want to do? So I was like, all right, let's make it seem like I'm here or something like that. Like, we just at the bar and then we just met. So I'm like, he like, okay. So he started talking to me. I'm like, no. You got to leave and come back in and sit down. So he was like, why? I don't understand. I used to always make him leave. Like, I'm like, no, you gotta go and come back. Like, it's not gonna work if you just start talking to me. Like, I know it's you. I know this man, because it be sometimes he'll just look at me and just smile and be like a little laugh. And I know he probably be thinking, I wonder what was going through his mind. Because he's probably like, wouldn't you know it's me either way? The fuck? So I'm like, no, you gotta go. You gotta leave. So he was like, okay. He was like, but last time you made me leave. So why don't you go this time? Like, you come in and then I spot you or whatever. So I was like, okay, that works. Like, that works for me. So I ended up getting up and I left. I just went to the bathroom because I was like, I'm not finna leave out. I was in there for a cool minute. I'm just putting on lip gloss and stuff like that. I come back out and I'm like, okay, I'm just standing there for a cool minute. Y'all, he turned around, he looked at me. He got a drink, he just drink his drink, he looked at me, right? So I'm just still standing there like, the fuck, is this nigga gonna come get me? So I'm just standing there, right? He ended up turning around again, look at me. At this point, I'm thinking like, this nigga don't know how to play. Let me just go back. So I started walking up to him and I was like, is this he taking? Can I sit right here? So he was all like, he looked and he was just like, oh yeah, go ahead, right? Mind you, he's not even paying attention to the role playing because he's watching the TV. So I'm sitting here, I'm just sitting and he's like, oh, I got you a drink. So I'm like, why would you give me a drink? You don't even know me. And he was just like, huh? And I'm like, At this point, never mind, fuck it. Because he forgot. He like, oh shit, my bad. This a good ass game. You see them? Like, damn, blah, 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 blah. Everybody just screaming and stuff. I'm annoyed because I wanted some freaky ass role play and then fuck afterwards. No, I can't even enjoy my damn food now because I'm just kidding. I wasn't that much of a annoying person. So anyway, we chilling. It was a cool little vibe at the bar or whatever. We just eating whatever, sipping whatever, right? Or whatever like that. It's like, it's crazy because every time I was moving on with my life, well, I was always moving on with my life. You always got to move forward. It seemed like my roommate just knew. Like I'm just kidding. But y'all know, roommate. Whatever. So it's like my ex would just know, like, I'm not worried about him. It seemed like every time me and Florida would be together, I mean, I just promise y'all, this man would not hit my phone any other time. When I'm outside with my homegirl shaking ass on top of a tree, this man is not hitting my phone. He's not worried about me. But it seems like if I'm not posting enough on Instagram for him, then he's wondering what the fuck I'm doing. So he ended up hitting me up and he was just like, what you doing? So I look at the phone and I just, fuck, I'm not gonna text you. What do you want? So anyway, he ended up trying to call me. I'm thinking like, what the f do this nigga want? I'm irritated because why are you calling my phone? At this point, like my phone, I'm not the type of person that sit with my phone like this, like face down. So it's up. So it's sitting right here at first. And I just kept pushing aside. So I pushed aside. He kind of noticed and looked over and then he was like, oh, these what's called, because we had like a little sampler thing. He like, oh, these good as fuck. So we just eating them, whatever, just talking. So at this point, I didn't want to make it weird by moving my phone to the other side because I'm like, damn, that would be kind of too obvious. Why did you start calling my phone again? What do you want? You didn't even call me when we was in a relationship because you said, what do we need to talk all the time for? So what the fuck you calling me phone now? So anyway, he calling my phone, not answer. I just pushed aside and I'm just like, oh, everybody getting on my nerves today. You know, trying to play it off. He didn't say nothing. He just looked and it was just that, right? So we still just chilling stuff. Now I just boom, boom, 2 text messages. So at this point, I want to see what the fuck is you saying? Because ho, is you behind me? Because if so, buy me and my man a drink or something. What the fuck is you just, why are you calling me? So at this point, I kind of just like open up my phone. He's screaming at, Flirty screaming at the TV and shit with everybody else. So I'm open my phone, I look. And he just like sent me old photos of us. And he was like, look what I found in my phone. We were so in love. Bitch. Was is the motherfucking key word here, ho. Was. We was in love. And you played with me. And now I'm moving on with my life. The fuck? So I was kind of just irritated. I just opened the message. But when I opened it, I was about to write back and say, leave me the fuck alone. But I was like, you know what? No. Because I don't want him to think like, oh, now let's just argue. No, it ain't that. So I just like was typing and then I stopped. I don't know if he was sitting on the messages or what, because this nigga text back and said, damn, you ain't gonna respond. I seen you was typing. Ho, is you cool? Shouldn't you be watching the game too? What is you worried about me for? So I was just kind of irritated because I'm like, what the fuck do this nigga want? So I done texted his phone and I was just like, okay, what? Like, why are you sending me this? Like, basically, so he was just like, we was just so cute. I'm just saying. He was all like, where you at? Why you not posting on Instagram? Why the fuck does it matter? Why does it matter? Like, we're really not together, and it's not one of those we're not together, but we be hunching. No, we don't touch each other at all. That man probably wouldn't even spit on me if I was on fire. That's how nothing we was doing, right? So I was just kind of annoyed because, yeah, you really, you bugging. You're bugging. So anyway, at this point, I could see that he could probably tell that I'm annoyed because he was like, you good? Like, everything okay? And I was just like, yeah, I'm trying to think of a lie on the spot. But at the same time, I was about to respond back. And I was like deleting it because I was like, I don't want to respond back in a way to where this is how he want me to respond, because he want to just know like, oh, I still got her in her feelings. Like, and it's not that at all. Like, you irritate me and I keep venting about it to you, or I come at you and tell you how I feel, but it's not because I still care. It's more of the fact that I let you play with me like this, and it was just more of a like, I'm angry and I want you to know how I feel, but I don't really care. I mean, it's confusing, but I did not want him back. So anyway, he was just like, you good? So I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to think of a lie on the spot, but I was like typing, but I was just like deleting. And I was just like, yeah, my bad. I was just like, everybody just kind of like getting on my nerves. So he like, what happened? And I'm like, oh, nothing. Like, my homegirl just was telling me that, that my manager had caught on fire or something like that. He like, yo, manager caught on fire. I'm like, no, my bad. I don't know. It's just a lie. I'm like, I'm gonna just put my phone down. Everybody getting on my nerves. I'm gonna just put it on D&D. Because at this point, I'm not even making no motherfucking sense, right? So he was just like, okay. At this point, I put my phone on D&D, turned the fuck over, and put it in my purse. upside down in my purse. I don't want to see it. So we talking, we having a good time, right? Still, like, that's not gonna ruin our little mode or whatever. He wanted to finish that game there, so I was like, cool, that works for me. I don't really mind, whatever. We could finish this off here, because I was eating. Them drinks was coming. He was filling me up with the drinks and food, so I'm having a good time regardless. I'm trying to understand the TV, but I still was just like, yeah. So we having a cool time, right? At this point, we was like, okay, we finna go leave. He asked me if we wanted to go to the movies or whatever, but I'm like, I'm not really tripping. Like, we could go to the movies if you want to, but, or we could just go chill. Like, I'm not really tripping. He was like, yeah, because I know it's still kind of like early, and I just don't want to like think I just want you in a room all day. Like, I don't want you to think that I got us a room to do a staycation, to think like we finna just have like a 12-hour session or something like that. And I'm like, no, like, because even if that was what he wanted to do, I was down. So I really didn't care. But I was just like, no, I know that ain't what's up with us. Like, I know it don't be where you just pull up on me and we do the do and we go our separate ways. Like, we actually date, like, you know. So I'm not, yeah. So I was like, yeah, we go to the movies if you want to. I'm not really tripping. So he was just like, okay, like, whatever. We ended up going to the mall because he was like, he wanted to get him a shirt anyway. We went to the mall and I was like, can we go on Forever 21? One thing about me, Forever 21 was my girl, RIP. So we ended up going into Forever 21 because I'm like, shit, now we at the mall, I want to look at shit. We walking around or whatever, we hand in hand having a good time. I'm not thinking about my ex because I don't fuck about this nigga. Yeah, so we walk in the mall, right? We in a mirror. It was a mirror right there. So I started taking a picture and Florida came up like behind me and got in a photo. And he was like, oh, I'm just kidding. Move out the way. I said, boy, get back in this motherfucking picture. Because I'm not, like, I'm not trying to hide you like an Easter bunny hoe. I'm just kidding. But I was just like, come back. Like, get back in the picture. So we taking a picture or whatever. So then at one point, he, like, turned around and he was like laughing at, not laughing, but like it was an ugly ass shirt behind me. So he like, you would wear some shit like this? But he behind me and you could see like his arm. I'm still taking photos. You could see like his hand holding up the shirt in the back of my photo. So I turned around, started laughing or whatever. The picture that I just so happened to take with his arm in the way, I liked it and I posted it on my IG, on my story, right? Y'all, mind you, when I checked my phone when we came to the mall, my ex had texted me a whole bunch of times since I didn't respond back when we was at the restaurant, right? So I put on my story, y'all. We was at the movie and we trying to figure out what we gonna watch. We looking at the little wall and it ain't shit really to watch there. We ended up going to the South Bay, by the way, which he didn't find nothing there, no way, because they ain't got shit really. But we went to the South Bay because I'm like, I like they got the reclining seats versus Delamo don't got that, which you would think because this they remodeled their mall and what the fuck, y'all ain't got no reclining seats for? Maybe they do now. I highly doubt it. But anyway, so we at the South Bay or whatever. He didn't find shit there, obviously. So we look and we trying to figure out what we finna watch or whatever. It wasn't really nothing we wanted to watch. So he was just like, we could really just watch some shit if that's what you want to do. But it wasn't nothing for real to watch at the movies. At this point, I posted on my story the movies, right? So something told me, I'm like, check my DM. He about to see. Like, he just kind of like still looking. He talking to the guy at the front desk, asking him like, okay, what movie is kind of interested or whatever? Is stuff interesting or whatever? And he just talking to him. The guy's trying to like break down every movie to him. Because even, it seemed like we ain't knew none of them. Because I'm like, oh, you heard about this one? He like, no. So the guy like, okay, let me tell you the plot and twist to every damn movie, right? To see which one we would like. So at this point, I'm looking at my phone. I check my DM. Tell me why. Tell me the fuck why. My ex replied in my story talking about, oh, you're with a ninja. That's why you're acting like that, LOL. Because he said this, he responded to my picture of Florida in the background, right? So I'm like, this nigga is annoying. Mind you, he done tried to call me, all type of shit. I did hear my phone vibrating in my purse. And it was one of them awkward moments where it's like, is your phone ringing? It's like, no. That's not my phone. I don't know why. Or I'll be like, yeah, I don't know why they calling me. But you hear it, it's like, zzz, 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 like just loud as shit on vibrate. So I'm just like, So anyway, I'm like, this thing is so annoying because where was this energy at when I told you? Yeah, we'll get to those. But it's like, where was this energy at? This ain't about too much of him, so I ain't even gonna go deep in that, but we'll get to those. Cause y'all, yeah, he was, I feel like he's a big part of why I was crashing out a lot too, because it was just like a psychological thing, like you really with my head. So anyway, he talking to the guy still talking to him. So he asked me something, but I'm so just like annoyed in my phone that I didn't even hear him for real. So he was all like, oh, like he was like, babe, so which one did you like which one do you think would be cool? So I was like, oh, my bad, whichever one you like I'm not really tripping or whatever. So he was just like, okay, like all right, we don't gotta see the movie, like it's fine, because like I guess he could kind of tell like I was off, and he was like, you know what, like we could just come see another movie, like you said you want to see, I forgot what was coming out. He's like, you said you want to see that anyway, so we could just come back like next week or whatever when that come out, like, cause yeah, he was like, none of these, you don't think, he was like, it don't seem interesting anyway, and I probably might fall asleep in there. So I was just like, okay, cool, whatever, because I'm not really tripping either way it go. I didn't want to be in a movie because my mind is just kind of up right now. I'm not, mind is fucked up, like he not playing no effect on my day, but it's just irritating because it's like, where is this energy? I don't want it now. Take it away. Keep it to yourself. So anyway, we ended up leaving and we was gonna go back to the room or whatever. At this point, we having a cool little time laughing in the car and stuff like that. He hotboxing, so I'm kind of getting the contact or whatever, and it's cool. We get to the room, y'all, when I tell y'all, it went the down. I don't know if it was like the liquor kicking in. Why did I blank out liquor? I don't know if it was like the liquor kicking in or what, or if it was what, or the tree he smoked. I don't know what type of super sexual tree that man had in that blizzy, but baby, it was a different time. Or maybe this was probably what it was. He probably seen that I was distracted. He probably knew like it's something, it gotta be with a nigga, so let me go ahead and turn her every way but loose so she ain't never think about that next nigga ever again. Because when I tell you a time was had, I ain't gonna get into details because I know y'all don't want to hear that, but just know a time was had. We laid up and stuff like that. I don't know why. It's just like, bro, I should have kept my phone on D&D. I put my phone on the damn dresser by where I'm sleeping at, right? I mean the nightstand or whatever. We lay down. We just like watching movies and stuff like this at this point. And we talking and stuff like that. Next thing you know, you hear buzz, buzz. He like, damn, your phone been getting blown up all day. I said, right, I told everybody to leave me alone today. At this point, I pressed the side of my phone, and this is what made me start putting my phone on D&D to where you cannot get through. People, man, the other day, my little sister, and I need to stop because I be taking them and picking them up from school. So she was like, I knew it was on D&D. I called you like 6 times. I don't give a damn. I only got 2 people in my emergency that could get through on my D&D, and that's my mom and my man. And it don't be an emergency with neither one of them. And I be kind of annoyed. But yeah, so that's what made me do that D&D where nobody could get through. I don't give a fuck how many times you call. Don't call me. So I put my phone on airplane mode at this point. I'm just irritated. He's lucky I didn't cut my damn phone off. But I put it on airplane mode, right? So at this point, we like talking and we still just watching the movie. And then he showed me this video. Like we started laughing about something totally different. And he was like, oh, look at this video I wanted to show you. Like, and we laughing and watching the video. And I'm like, oh my God, it reminded me of this one video. So I wanted to find that video so hard. So bad. Remember that little boy? And he had the shirt off and he was sagging with his diaper. And he was like, well, he had a diaper on and he was sagging his jeans. And he was like, I'm grown. I'm grown. Remember that little boy? I wonder what happened to him. Like, how is he in life now? But anyway, remember that? So I'm like, oh my God, remember that video, that I'm grown video? So he like, what? Like, what video are you talking about? I'm like, you know it. So I'm like, hold on, I can find it. So I unlock my phone and I'm on airplane mode, but I'm on Wi-Fi, so it's still working. And I'm trying to show him, but I'm like, he's laid and I'm like laid on his chest, like underneath him. So I'm like scrolling through my phone trying to see it. So he was like, oh, you probably can't find it because your phone on airplane mode. Not him clocking me. Why is your phone on airplane mode? So again, this seems so suspicious. Imagine you laid up with a nigga, his phone on airplane mode. Yeah, I mean, he know that somebody kept calling me today, but I never answered the phone. So again, suspicious. At one point, I was gonna text my sister like, bitch, call me so I could answer and say, bitch, stop fucking calling my phone. I wasn't gonna do that. But I was like, you know what, it's kind of taking it too far. She would have called. Cause yeah, but anyway, so I'm like, oh shit, my phone on airplane mode. I didn't even notice that. I took it off airplane mode, and I'm like still trying to find a video. So we watching the video, y'all. Why the fuck? Just so happened, nigga, do you get alerts? Symone has took her phone off airplane mode. My phone start ringing, and it's this motherfucking nigga. He was all like, yo, you can answer your phone if you want to. And I was like, no, I'm not answering that. Mind you, I can't say I don't know who it is. The number is stored. I was like, no, I'm not answering that. I just swiped it up. And then I was like showing him the video still, but I could tell the vibe just kind of was off, right? So next thing you know, my ex is texting. Bitch, I wanted to go beat this ass. I wanted to so bad. So bad I wanted to just be like, leave me the fuck alone. Cause what? So I'm just like, you know what, after that, we just chilling because I could tell the vibe kind of off. So now I gotta go guac 3000 and my jaw hurt because I'm trying to just, I don't know any other way to make things not weird. And I felt like if the energy was just kind of off because he knew it was something up. So now, thanks to my ex, my jaw hurt and shit like that. That's not fair to me. So anyway, that day happened, right? Now let's fast forward, right? Fast forward. After that day, Florida was kind of being so fucking weird. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. The energy between us was so weird. Like, when he'd be in LA, he would always be at his friend's house, like go to his house and stuff like that. It would be weird. Like, he'd post food trucks or something like that. Mind you, I told you this man never posts. So I knew he was doing this shit on purpose. Even though he said he wasn't. He was. So anyway, he would post like certain food trucks. Cause I told y'all he a foodie. He'd post like food. And I'd be like, they ain't got that food by his house. So I'd be like, wait, you in LA? And he'd be like, yeah, but I just went back home. Wait, like, I'm telling y'all, the energy was weird. Like, even after that, it was like 2 days later, my good morning text came in like 1:52. Baby, it's the afternoon. And I was just like, this is weird. And he was like, oh, I had slept late. Like, it was just so weird. It was kind of like he was being distant, and I kind of was knowing why. Like, I'm knowing why I'm like this because things seemed so weird. He probably felt like, let me fall back. This girl got something else going on that, you know, her mind is wrapped around. So I was just so pissed off because I was just like, my ex really irritated me. And when I started kind of really noticing, it was that day when he told me he was out there and he went back home. He was like, oh yeah, I posted this late. Like, I don't post in real time. Like, I posted this late. I just got back home. Y'all, it was that day. It was that day. I went in there and I cussed my ex the fuck out, y'all. Now you finna get it because you ruining my life. So I was just like, you know what the fuck you do to me? And he like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you just play mind games. I know it was really like, it could have been like a sunny day, birds are chirping, butterflies are flying on my eyelids, and I just came and started drama. I'm like, you just cause so much drama in my life. I'm like, you cause so much confusion. You just do too fucking much. So he like, what are you talking about? Like, what the fuck? Like, where is this even coming from? I'm like, it's because of you. Like, everything is just so fucking annoying. Like, you 1 minute, I try to talk to you or I try to explain to you, like, we try to have a heart to heart. It's not a heart to heart to get us back in a relationship, but it's just like, you know, to talk about the things that we've been through, or you could see my side or where I'm coming from or why the fuck I left you. But it'll turn into, I don't want to talk about that. We don't got to talk. Why do you always want to talk about something? You like to ruin a good day. You are so annoying. But then when I'm moving on or I'm doing something else in my life, you want to blow me up, send me old photos, tell me, oh, I bought you this. Look at, I bought you a cake from the store. You like carrot cake. Ooh, you want a banana pudding. Like, it just be like the most annoying shit. So I'm over here just cussing him out on a random day because I was so annoyed. So he like, man, ain't nobody worried about what the fuck you got going on. Whatever you doing, you could do whatever you want to do. I been knew that's what you've been doing this whole time anyway. And when we was together, that's probably why you don't want to be together no more. And who said we wasn't together no more? I don't know. I'm sorry, but if I'm never mind. But anyway, I'm just like, I made that shit clear as day. It wasn't no confusion. So why are you trying to now flip it? So we getting into it bad, y'all. And one thing about it, I learned how to not do that. Like, it only happened when I'm extremely mad. But when my point is not getting across to the person and feel like I'm talking to a brick wall, I get louder because I'm getting so fucking mad because I want to just put hands on you at this point, but I know I can't because I know how to restrain myself. So I'm getting so mad that I'm yelling. He's like, you don't give a fuck about the neighbors hearing? Like, but he's not yelling at me. He's talking calm. I'm like, which that would be a lot of our arguments. Sometimes he'll just be calm and I'll be yelling. So I'm like, fuck them neighbors. I know them neighbors probably was like, damn, it's always fuck us. Yeah, it is. So I was just screaming. Like, I'm screaming to the top of my lungs. I'm so mad. And one thing about it, I would get so frustrated and cry. And it's not really that I'm crying because I have emotions for you, but it's because I'm just so fed the fuck up. And I know this probably he ate this shit up. Ate it up like a fucking Thanksgiving dinner, because one thing about it, when he knew it was done for real, I wasn't crying no more. We could have a whole argument and I was yelled to the top of my lungs, but them tears wasn't falling no more. And that's when that shit, we gonna get there, because that's a whole whole nother story time. So we ain't even gonna talk about it here. Whatever. Anyway, we argued, whatever. He was like, man, fuck it, He left. So I'm still just so annoyed. I'm irritated. And at this point I told Florida, I'm like, I need to see you. I'm like, I haven't seen you in like a week and this is kind of weird. Like, this is not normal for us. I need to see you. So he was just like, okay, like, sure. Like, when do you want to see me? So I'm like, can you come out here today? Mind you, that's the day he just was out here. He was like, nah, I just was out there. I'm not about to turn back around. That's too much driving. So when he was like, you come out here though if that's what you want to do. I'm like, okay, y'all, at this point, lacing up my sneaks. I'm like, all right. He was like, you know what? Nah, this not a good day neither. He was all like, I'm actually about to be at my son's football practice all day, so it's fine. I'll see you another day. Just let me know. Y'all, my heart is breaking. I said, well, when you could come see me, could you come tomorrow? Like, you know, when I could be at the practice too. At this point, I never met his son because he, you know, understandable. I'm just a random girl he's dating. Like, why would I meet your kid yet? So, I'm like, oh my God, I'm stressed out. I'm like, this shit is about to irritate me bad. So this point, I'm like, okay, can you come tomorrow? So he was like, I'm gonna actually be out there on, it was like Thursday or some shit like that. So I was like, okay, cool. Y'all, it's eating me up. I'm still just texting him like, look at this video, LOL. Just trying to just make small talk because I'm stressed because I'm like, he's not talking to me. He's being so weird. Well, he's talking to me, but he's just being standoffish and it's so weird and it's bothering me bad. So now I'm cussing him out and everybody's getting cussed out, y'all. I probably even cussed my sister out. Who knows? I used to be on the phone just with her like, you don't understand how mad I am. Like, just so frustrated. So now I'm like kind of cutting him out because I'm like, if you don't like me, just say that. All you gotta do is just tell me you don't like me. Don't waste my time. Don't play with me. And he's like, I told you I'ma see you on Thursday. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? So yeah. So now let's fast forward to Thursday. Thursday come around. I feel like there's a hair on my lips. Okay, so Thursday come around, and this is getting to the good part, y'all. But the part that this title is titled about. So Thursday come around or whatever, and he was just like, okay, where you want to link at? That's how I knew it was something up. Any other time he'll be like, okay, let's send me like a little bar, like, you know, bar restaurant type place that he's seen about, oh, we should go try this place, let's go here or something like that. So when he said, where do I want to link at, that blew me. Cause what you mean where I want to link at? So just so happened, it wasn't even me trying to be on no funny ass shit. Cause I told y'all he picked me up before from my house. So just so happened, I literally was going to my grandma's house. Like literally, I was getting some food by her house and I was like, okay, since I'm going to Ramona's by your house, I'll bring you some, right? So just so happened, I'm at my grandma's house. So he was like, LOL, okay, that's where you want me to meet you? The LOL, okay. How was funny? So I'm like, what's funny, Florida? And I'm like, well, if you want to meet me here, like you want me to get in a car with you? He like, oh no, it's cool. You like to drive your own car. Florida, what? So I'm like, what's going on? At this point, I'm just stressed the fuck out. I don't even want to eat this bean and cheese burrito no more. Why would you eat a bean and cheese burrito before you go link with a nigga anyway? But it didn't seem like he wanted to even link with me in the first place, honestly. So, yeah, so I'm just like, okay, well, where do you want to go? Like, where do you, like, he was like, I don't know, what's a good location for you? At this point, I called his phone. I'm like, hello? He like, yeah, like, what's up? But he talking regular. So I'm like, everything okay? He like, yeah, like, where you trying to link? I was like, are you hungry? Because we could get something to eat. Mind you, I got a whole burrito sitting here right next to me. I can't eat it, though, because my stomach hurt. Not like I got to take a shit or nothing like that, but, like, because, why are you acting like this? So I'm like, you want to get something to eat? He was like, oh, I was about to go to Culver City, like low-key by the mall, and I was going to get something to eat from over there, but I was going to get that first and then link with you. I'm like, I want to try it. Like, you know, like, I want to try the food. So he's like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, you at your grandma's house, so I'm going to just text you the address, just meet me there. So I'm like, where are you coming from? He was like, his friend's house. Mind you, his friend lived far away from my grandma, but it wasn't, you could have went out your way to come to me. It wasn't that far, though. So I'm like, it's on the same side of town. Just like a lot of blocks away. So I'm just like, but, yo, so you don't want to come get me? He's like, nah, just meet me there. I'm already like about to get on the freeway like right here. Just meet me there or whatever. So I'm like, all right. And we hung up, y'all. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm stressed and depressed. So at this point, I'm like really just annoyed because I'm like, why is he acting like this? I end up going to go meet him or whatever. And y'all, as I'm driving there, the ring-a-ding-ding interrupting my motherfucking music. Because the one thing about it, I would get so mad at Florida because of the way I did something dumb. Sometimes he did stuff too. He is not just innocent. But like, it wasn't like not innocent, like no crazy shit. But like, yeah. But I would get so mad at him and I would be driving down the street really bumping. I'm about to make you let out. Murder, 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 kill, kill. I used to be going through it. And that would be the only song that would make me feel better. So I would be screaming it like... So next you know, somebody interrupting the fucking song. Now I'm really upset. I answer the phone. I'm like, hello. And it's my motherfucking ex. What? what? So I'm like, what do you want? So he was just like, dang, I was just about to ask you if you wanted to go out to eat because we kind of ended off on bad terms. Mind you, when we would argue, we wouldn't talk for days. So he was like, we kind of end off on bad terms. Why the fuck today out of all days do you want to make amends with me, ho? So I'm like, no, I don't. So he was like, oh, okay, like, because I had seen this one place that I was thinking like, oh, I know you would like it. Like, we could go out to eat or whatever. I'm like, well, I don't want to go. He like, why are you acting like that? Like, you acting so rude, like mean towards me and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't be seeing what I'm doing wrong. I feel like we're good. You, what? Like, my thing is, we're not enemies. We're not nothing like that. But I don't think how you could think that somebody would be in a relationship with you. How you would think you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all don't even have intercourse for over a year. Like, what? Do you think we in a relationship? And then and then the person's constantly telling you, like, imagine you with a ninja and he keeps telling you we are not together every day. It could be like, good morning, we're not together. How's your day going? You know we not together. We are not in a relationship every fucking day. We don't kiss. We don't do anything. We don't hug. We don't high five. We don't even got a damn handshake. Why would you think we're in a relationship? And I tell you every day, I promise, it would be like, damn, you say that shit every day. You might as well write it on a sticky note on the fridge. Every fucking day. Yes, I am going to say it every day. Anyway, it used to be annoying. Like, so I was just like, all right, look, I'm gonna call you back. Like, I don't got time for this. I ended up hanging up the phone and I ended up going to where Florida had me meet him at. So I get out the car, I see him standing right there. It was like one of those places, you know, where it's like you order some food, but you can't go inside, and it's like multiple food places there. Well, you could go inside, you can't eat there, but it's like multiple food places there. So it's like one kitchen, a million food places. I'm really not too really fond of those type of places or whatever, but y'all know what I'm talking about, where it be like, oh, this look good as fuck, and then you pull up and you be like, what is this? It don't have the name of the place at all because it's like multiple different restaurants and you just get all your food through the same window. It's kind of weird. Who's cooking this? Do all the different chefs be back there, or is this one person imitating all these food places? I don't know. So he's standing there and I was like, ooh, I want to try something. He was like, I ordered you something already. Like, I already knew what you would want. So I'm thinking like, ooh, okay, he mad, but he ain't that mad. So he was like, all right, they told him how long it was going to take. So we walked back to his car or whatever. He was like, I got a bottle if you want to take a shot. So I'm like, ooh, yeah, let's take a shot or whatever. So we taking a shot and I'm like, oh, y'all. And this is how you know I'm just doing shit to do shit. Don't know why he had a bottle of Patron. I don't drink Patron because every time I drink, I end up in the hospital and I get gastritis and I be hooked up to an IV and fighting for my life. Every single time, it never fails. So, I'm taking shots of it because I just wanted to loosen up because I'm like, I don't know how this finna go. But I don't know, I'm just nervous. I feel like he finna give me food and cut me off. And somebody did me like that before. They paid me off. And I was just like, what the fuck? So I'm thinking like, this is what this is. So we sitting there and we just talking. He kind of like being like different. He didn't even give me no kiss or nothing. What is going on? So we just kind of talking or whatever. I'm like, you good? He was like, yeah. He was all like, I'm about to pull up to the 7-Eleven so I can get me something to drink because they ain't really had nothing good over there. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we ended up pulling up to the 7-Eleven. He come back, like, I told him what I wanted. He come back, he got me my drink or whatever. And then he had like a little slushy. He was like, I'm gonna make a little drink, like a little slushy drink. So he got the drink. We like mixed the Patron in there and we like stir it, like shake it up. You know, we drinking or whatever. We go back and we got our food. So at this point, I'm like, just pull anywhere because we don't want the food to get cold and we really didn't have no destination anyway. So he was all like, oh, okay, I would say, could we go to your house? He was like, but you know, it's cool. I'm gonna just pull right here. Mind you, I had ended up going to get my car though. Like, I got my car. So I was just, when he said that, I just like closed the door like, bitch. So I get in my car and I follow him. We end up pulling up to like this little park wood mountain thing, right? So we pull up and I back in right next to him and I end up getting in the car with him. So we sitting there, we talking. I can't really eat. He fucking his food up. I can't really eat, but this man is on his phone while I'm sitting here talking to him. He just like scrolling. Then he would play a video every now and again and just be like, oh, but eating, like watching a video. So I'm like, oh, he's done with me. So finally, y'all, I'm starting to feel away, y'all. And he was like, you like it? Is it good? Like, this is my first time having it. So I was like, yeah, it's good. I'm eating it, y'all. And he go back to eating and laughing on his phone. So at this point, I'm like, do you hate me? Y'all, I'm over here holding back tears. I don't know why I was fucking about to start crying. I'm like, do you hate me? But you kind of hear it in my voice. So when he kind of could hear it in my voice, he looked over at me. He was like, what? Like, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? And I was like, do you hate me? If you hate me, like, you don't like me, just say that. Like, I don't know what's going on with you. You just been acting so weird towards me lately. So he was all like you noticed? Like, he was just basically like, oh, like, you think I'm acting weird? He's like, I just wanted to like fall back a little bit. So I'm like, why? Like, why would you fall back? Like, we're good. I don't understand. Like, why would you fall back for me? At this point, we said I love you to each other and all of that. So I'm like, but we wouldn't say it like all the time or nothing like that. But I'm like, why would you fall back for me? Like, why? Like, you know, so he was just like, but when he said it, like, all a tear dropping. So he wiped my tear off and he's like, don't cry. He was like, because I just noticed, like, you know, you got a lot going on. He's like, and I don't want to get myself hurt. Like, I really fuck with you. I really like you. He's like, and I don't want to hurt myself in the process because I know you got something else going on. Y'all, I was like, oh. Yo, I'm over here like, why would you think that I got something else going on? I don't have nothing else going on. Mind you, I genuinely don't got shit else going on. But I do got a secret. So he was just like, because like I could just tell, he was like, when we spent the day together, you was just distracted, you know, like somebody kept calling your phone and texting you or whatever. He was like, and then he was like, I just noticed like sometimes when we link, it be like weird, like not weird when we link, like I don't be weird towards him. He was like, but I just noticed like certain things be very weird. He was like, and then like the situation, he was like, I understand, I get it, like, you know, you don't want just anybody around your nephews or your family or whatever. He was like, but at the same time, like I just feel like things it's just a little weird. He was like, just things don't seem right. He was like, and I was talking to my homeboy and I'm just sitting here like, that bum ass bitch. But I'm over here trying to eat the food because it's something I needed to do, something like drink something or eat something so that I wouldn't just be boohoo crying even though I'm crying onto my food. So, but I'm not like screaming crying like a baby or nothing like that on an airplane and I want to go to sleep, like not like that. So he like, yeah, he was like, and I was telling my friend, he was like, and he told me like, yeah, bro, she most definitely got something else going on. She's in a relationship. She got this going on. And he was like, and he said he feel like he know you. He know us. This is why I hated this nigga. Because he was like, oh, I know her from somewhere. This man ain't know me from no motherfucking where. Ho, he did not know me, but he just claimed like he knew what type of girl I was because he's from LA and he knows LA girls and he know everybody in LA is the same. Bitch, shut your bum ass up, ho. So he was just like, yeah, basically, he was like, yeah, because my friend used to say that little shit. I used to be like, man, whatever. Like, I'm not worried about what you talking about. He was like, but I was telling him, he was like, I was like, yeah, bro, she got a man for sure. She's cheating on her man. She's probably married and all this other stuff. Married? That's crazy. The fuck? So I'm just like, I don't have a boyfriend. And he was like, you could just be honest with me and let me know. Like, if you talking to somebody else, you could just be honest. Like, he was like, because when I felt it, he was like, I felt a feeling, like he was like in my chest and that shit hurt. He was like, and I just don't want to get my heart broke. So I was like, I don't have a boyfriend. Y'all, I'm over here wondering, like, I don't have a boyfriend. He was like, but you could just be honest with me. You know, like if we don't have honesty, what do we have? We're not even in a relationship. So, you know, be honest. If, you know, we date and we're talking, whatever. So if you're talking to other people and you feel a way that you feel about me towards somebody else, just let me know. So I know where I stand and I know to fall back. So I'm like, don't fall back. Y'all, I'm over here, don't fall back. But it's eating me up. I'm like, oh my God, y'all. I put my food down. I picked up that bottle and I knew I was making a big mistake, but I said I need something to push these words out of my mouth. And I start taking the bottle back a little bit. Not too much though, I ain't crazy. I took it back a little bit, like, burns. I'm like, so he's just looking at me like, how I'm expressing that you breaking my damn heart. He didn't say this though. But he like, and you, I know he probably was thinking like, and then you go fucking down a damn bottle. Not down it, just a little bit. So then I ended up picking up the cup that had the alcohol in it too. So I'm drinking it, whatever, like trying to chase that with that. So at this point, he like kind of about to pick his phone back up because I'm just staring at him. I'm not saying shit. So I can understand how that could be annoying because it's like I'm talking to you and even say nothing. So I'm just staring at him. I ain't saying nothing or whatever. So then finally when he kind of like adjusts, like he about to pick his phone back up, like, girl, what the fuck ever. I'm just like, okay. I'm like, I want to tell you something. And I was like, but it's just so hard for me to tell you. But I've been wanting to tell you this for a long time. And I'm like, I should have told you when we first started talking. I'm like, but I just didn't know how you would take it. So he like, what do you want to tell me? But the look on his face, he looked hurt. Like I could still see the way he looked in my head and that shit broke me. I started crying even more because I'm like, oh my God, he's really hurt. But I mean, like, anyway, so I was just like, oh my God, dang, I feel so bad. And I just kept saying, I feel so bad because I should have told you this in the beginning and then let you figure out if this is something you want to deal with. You know, I was like, but I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I'm not playing you, but I promise, like, you know, it's just so hard for me to tell you this. I should have just told you this a long time ago and all this other stuff like that. So he like, go ahead, like you could tell me, like, you know, it's cool, it's no hard feelings. You know, he talking calm. He's like, it's no hard feelings. You know, I mean, you know, we can't go back in time. You didn't tell me then, so it's okay. You could tell me now. So I'm like, I'm just so sorry. Like, I promise. Like, I should have been told you. Like, it's just so hard for me. I'm picking up the drink, sipping it. I know he probably like, ho, chop, chop, bitch. I know he probably was really thinking like, say what you got to say. So I'm like, and I really wish I just would have told you this in the beginning, because I felt like things would have been different and maybe we wouldn't have been this far. We probably wouldn't have been where we are today if I didn't tell you. Y'all, I know y'all probably annoyed because this was me. This is him just like, well, just tell me what it is. Like, you know, you could just tell me, but he's talking calm. But I'm like, and it's just crazy because like, everybody, it's just hard to ate me up, like living different, two different lives. It kind of just seemed like, you ever seen Hannah Montana? I'm like, because I feel like one day I'm her and one day I'm Miley and one day I'm Hannah. Y'all, the way this man, the hurt feeling off his face really was looking real annoyed. Like, he's really just sitting here like, and I'm like, one day I'm Hannah, I'm Miley, and it's like, I'm just living two. This time the Patron for sure was talking. I'm like, and it's just so hard, and I just should have told you because, like, you know, but you wouldn't have talked to me, and that was selfish of me because, you know, like, oh my God. And he was just sitting there. So finally he was like, Symone, can you just tell me what you gotta say? Because I was just kept rambling about absolutely fucking nothing. So I was like, okay. I was like, promise you won't be mad. Like, promise you won't yell at me. I was like, but after this, if you don't want to deal with me, just let me know. I'm like, you don't got to fall back. I'm like, you can fall back, but like, tell me if you're going to fall back. I'm like, so I know what to do. And I completely understand if you're mad at me. The way he was really looking like, I'm like, I completely understand. I'm like, but I'm going to just let you know this. He was like, okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, took a deep breath. And then I was like, oh, it's just so hard. I just can't say it. And then finally, because I looked at his face, this man looked so irritated. So I finally was just like, me and such still coexist in the same home. You know, live together, whatever. So he was just like, wait. I was like, but before you say anything, I'm like, I promise you it's nothing like that. I'm like, it's not nothing like that at all. I was all like, we're not together. We haven't done anything in such and such amount of time. And I was all like I could show you in real time, because when we was just texting about it the other day, and I'm showing him, because when I was texting him going back and forth, I'm like, we been not together, da da da. I'm saying all this in the messages, when it's multiple times, because I told y'all I would text this man like a daily reminder, hey, we are not together, like, you know, we not getting back together, you know, like on some Taylor Swift shit. So I end up showing him the messages in real time, and it's nothing funny in these messages. I'm scrolling, he don't even really care to see, because he's just kind of like taking everything into like what I just said to him. So, but I'm just showing him like, look, and nothing's deleted, like, you know, it's not nothing like that. I'm like, but we're not together. Like, I promise you it's not like that. Like, I promise you I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing you or nothing like that. And I'm like, it's just a situation, because I'm like, right now, I just, you know, when everything happened, I would have felt bad to just been like, okay, one, the lease wasn't up, and then I'm like, and two, I would have just felt bad to just be like, okay, get your shit and go. We didn't end on like bad terms. It was just more of like a mental thing for me, because I was like, I can't do this shit anymore. So I was like, I didn't want to just be like, fuck you, I don't give a fuck where you go, what you got going on. Because yeah, if it was something super bad, then maybe I would have had that energy, but I just was, my heart was just thinking more of like, I'll feel so bad, even though you put me through so much mentally, and I was just, oh, we're gonna get to those stories. But yeah, I just was like, you know, so I just explained all this to him. He ain't saying shit. So I'm like, can you say something to me? Y'all, I'm crying. So he was like, why are you crying? At this point, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm just wanting to cry more. At this point, he didn't say nothing, and I just was like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, how do you feel? Do you don't want to talk to me no more? Y'all, this man grabbed my face and started kissing me. So I'm kissing him too. Tears is falling. I'm trying to wipe him because I don't want to make out with the tears. You know, tears are salty. So we kissing and stuff like that. So next thing you know, he was like, get in the back. And I'm just like, huh? He like, get in the back. So I'm thinking like, okay, sure. What the fuck? I'm thinking like, every time I tell a man bad news, he do something real spontaneous and crazy, but whatever. So I get in the back seat, y'all, and we go to Pound Town. Pound Town. This man didn't tell me nothing. He just dark shit out of me. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Y'all, again, I was gonna say something, but TMI, I ain't gonna say, y'all don't want to hear it. But I just want to say, if you and your partner, never mind, I ain't gonna say it, I ain't gonna say it. Okay, I'm not gonna say it, I ain't gonna say it. Maybe if y'all ask me one day, I ain't gonna say that because it's TMI. But anyway, so it's just something I feel like you and your partner should do together. And it's not, I was gonna say, not tell each other secrets and then have sex. Like, not that, but it was something else. But anyway, so at that point, I'm just like, oh my God, like, you know, what the fuck? You know, he's not really saying nothing about it. So I'm like, how do you feel? Like, you know, you didn't say anything. So he was like, I just needed to get that out of my system. At this point, I'm thinking like, damn, now he finna tell me he's not talking to me again, and we just did it one last time and go on my way. That's what I'm thinking. So he's like, I just need to get that out of my system real quick. So at this point, we just start talking. He started asking me more questions about the situation and stuff like that. We talking or whatever. He just like genuinely, he wasn't like mad or anything. Like, he was just calm, and we talking. We started just telling each other so much stuff. He started to like open up to me about like a lot of shit, like before he moved out here, and like where he lived at before he moved from home, like when he moved from Florida and lived somewhere else in a different state. He was just, we talking about so much stuff. We had a heart to heart. We talking about our child. That conversation opened up so much shit to where we're talking about so much shit, y'all. We're literally having a heart to heart in that damn fucking car. So finally, it was like these people had pulled up and they end up starting walking up the trail. So I was all like, this conversation is so good. I was like, let's walk and talk at the same time. So he was like, okay, cool. So we get out the car and we start walking up the trail, like walking up the mountain or whatever. And we just like talking and having a heart to heart. Like, you know, he got his arm around me, and or he'll hug my hand. That's weird. Or he'll hold my hand. Like, we were just so connected. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, either this is good or bad. Either he probably feel like, well, I'm gonna vent to you and then cut you off, or maybe this is the start of something new, you know, on some High School Musical shit. So I was just so happy, like, oh my God, I don't know which way this is going. And then we just talking. He was like, yeah, I just wish you would have told me before, you know, to give me the chance to we was way off of this, but he was like, to, you know, just give me the chance to like see if that's what I wanted to do, you know, if I wanted to like deal with that or, you know, believe it or whatever. He was like, but I believe you. So I was like, you believe me? He was like, yeah, why you seem shocked? But he was like, I believe you. Like, I believe you really fuck with me or whatever. And I believe you when you say it's nothing going on over there. He was like, but I need you to not move weird no more. He was like, because that's going to make me question it and question you and question us. And he was like, and I just need you to be honest with me with everything moving forward. And you know, stuff like that. So I'm like, what? Y'all, so at this point, we just like smiling and talking and stuff like that. And I don't know. I be just having like a weird things in my mind I like to do. Like, you know, like fantasy wise. So I was just like, oh my God, this is the perfect time to get it in. Like, this is the perfect time to be like, you know, heart to heart moment. We figured it out. And now let's, you know, I don't know. And then in the woods, like in a wooded area, that perfect. Like, I just thought this was the perfect time, right? So anyway, at this point, I was just like, mind you, it's dark as shit. Ain't nobody on this trail. I don't know where that lady went and disappeared to at all. Then people that started walking up the trail, they disappeared. And it's dark. It's nighttime. So at this point, I was just like kissing him or whatever, and I started like, you know, reaching. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Like, we're still going to be together. Well, not together. We ain't together. But like, I'm just happy about it or whatever. So we kind of like kissing and stuff like that. Mind you, we faded. We've been drinking and all this other stuff like that. So it's a rock right here. TMI, TMI, TMI. I did not lay down on no rock. I'm just let y'all know that now. We was standing up, but we wasn't like doing the do at all. Like, he was behind me. And it was like a maybe type thing. Whew, I gotta explain. I was not bent over on this rock neither. Because I don't want y'all to think like, Symone, you was bent over in a rock. Like, no, I wasn't. And I wasn't laid out on it either. But anyway, it does not matter. That's too much information. So, as we're there, you know, by this rock, I start looking. I'm looking down, like literally right beneath us, like right here. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking and I was like, wait. He like, what? I'm like, look. Why? I guess, I don't know. Maybe the lady went down there. Who fucking knows? We look down, y'all. It's some motherfucking people around a fire with their face painted like some tribal warrior shit. One man had feathers on a damn headband sticking up, and they doing some weird ass, cause I heard people, but you know when you like in the moment and you kind of faded and stuff like that, it's like, yeah. And the whole time I'm thinking like, it's crazy. We walking up this shit, I hear people, but I don't see people. So we already was freaked out because when we was walking, I already was like, what if a aerial jiller was on this mountain? I'm like, what would we do? We already was having these conversations like, what is so dark? And we was trying to flash with our light when we was walking. So already when I seen that shit, I was like, what the fuck? Because we was already saying, what would we do if somebody attacked us on this mountain? And he basically was like, I would tell you to run while I fight. Like, you know, you run, go back to the car, call for help or something, and I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna run down. So I'm like, oh, he's like, or go to the car and get the glizzy and then come back, cause I could handle it. So I'm like, Yeah, we already was having that. So when I look down, it's literally right beneath us, and they just like saying some shit. I don't know what the they saying. They like, why I can't think of the word. I was gonna say they munching something. They're not munching on nothing. They're chanting. That's the word I was looking for. They're chanting something. They just saying it over and over again. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, I'm kind of confusion, y'all. So we looking, and we were just kind of stuck looking at it. So he like, what? Yeah, at this point we should leave. Why at this point, right when we just kind of stuck staring down there, one of them turned around and looked at us, and they all started looking at us. And then somebody, we hear footsteps like walking, because it's a trail, so like it sounded like somebody walking like and stepped on something. So I'm like, oh hell no, pull it up, let's go. Put it away. Put it away. So at this point, it was like, yeah, let's leave. While we start power walking down that motherfucking hill. Y'all, I probably almost sprained. Yeah, twisted my ankle. I was so nervous. But anyway, we ended up going. I hopped back in my car. He was like, no, come here. And I'm just thinking like, why would we get back and just chill here if there is somebody? He was like, we good in here. Like, you know, we got what we need in here. He was like, up there we didn't have it, but get back in the car. So we still just in the car, and at this point we just talking about what the fuck we seen. I'm like, I should have recorded that shit. I should have took a picture, because what the fuck, that shit was so weird. He like, right, what the fuck you think they doing? I'm like, I don't know, but that shit freaked us out when we heard them. So at this point we sit in the car probably like 2-3 minutes, not even that long, and we see 2 people running down the trail. They running down, and they hopped in their car. Mind you, it's the people that had pulled up. It was only us 3 cars there. It's the people that disappeared long time ago. They hopped in their car and drove off quick, like skirt the fuck up. So I said, oh hell no, Florida, we gotta get out of here. I'm like, clearly they was finna get attacked by them people. So he just dying laughing. He like, well, let's just wait it out and see what happens. And that's when I knew, you say I'm crazy, you the crazy one, because you want to wait it out and see if we gotta fight off some crazy people that's having a fucking moment in. No. So where the fuck they even get the fire from? Anyway, but see, that's why we be having fires, because it be people doing shit like that in places you shouldn't be starting a damn fire. Go to the beach if you want to have a bonfire. So anyway, he yeah, he's sitting there, he like, no. I'm like, come on, we should go. Because at first I'm really getting spooked the fuck out, and he was all like, no, it's cool, like, let's just wait it out. Yo, what? And at this point my mind start going other places, because I've been drinking. My mind's going other places. I'm thinking like, he don't forgive me. He knows them people. That's why he brought me here out of all places. Why did we come here? And they finna set me the fuck up. Y'all, I was just thinking the worst, because, you know, like in a scary movie where the whole time the girl is running off with this guy and he's supposed to help her, and the next thing you know, he corners her and he's setting her up like, duh, Janie, it was me. You know, that's what I was thinking at this point. I'm like, you know, that's kind of weird. But he just was like laughing, because I'm telling him what I think. I was just telling a story about you. Hold on, let me finish it. I'm done though. Let me finish. Okay. I'm gonna mute you. Okay, so y'all, so he was just like, nah, let's wait it out. That's how I knew it was something wrong with this nigga. So anyway, he kept like making jokes like, let's go down there and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, we not finna do that. But long story short, we ended up leaving. And it's a lot more when it comes down to me and this man's story. Yeah, because the crash out was still a crash out. But that heart to heart was most definitely needed. And it felt like a relief getting that off my shoulders, just telling him what I should have told him long time ago. Because it was like, I should have just said that from the jump. I feel like things would have been so much different. But y'all, that's it for this story time. Y'all know he just called, and I gotta go pick the kids up from school. All right, say hi one more time.
What's up, y'all?
Okay, I was talking about you. I was telling him about that time when I told you that me and my ex still live together. I said I was telling them about that time when I ended up finally confessing to you that me and my ex still live together, and then we had that heart to heart.
Yeah.
Was you gonna cut me off? They can hear it here.
When?
When I told you! Was you gonna cut me off when I told you?
I had some crazy thoughts.
You was gonna leave?
I had to figure out what you had was going on first.
But you was gonna leave me?
Say that I said I was gonna leave you.
You said you had some crazy thoughts, so that means you was gonna walk away.
I had to figure out what you had going.
Dang. Dang, let me say, alright, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hype me up, and I love you guys so much. I'll see you on my next one. Peace out.